Hey everybody, my name is Joe Lavender. I'm the editor-in-chief for Aura, and with me today is my guest,
Patrick O'Neal.
All right, and Patrick O'Neal is a writer in our previously issued Fall/Winter 2016 Aura. So Patrick, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Really, what is there to say? I'm a senior at UAB here. I'm going for my English literature degree, and I'm hopefully going off to graduate school right afterwards.
Well, okay. So what do you plan to do with your degree?
I want to teach college. I'd love to teach college, but I suppose there's a bunch of things I could really do with that degree.
True. So teaching college, have you ever thought about teaching in a lower grade, like elementary, middle, high school?
Funny you mentioned that. I was actually a high school education major for the longest time until my sophomore year, and then I decided that probably be better for me to go to college and teach.
Okay. You didn't like the kids, or?
Probably wouldn't have been good for me.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah, probably not the place for me. Great place, but not for me.
Okay. So tell us a little about your writing. Pretty much a general sense of what do you like to write?
I like to write a lot of things, but it seems to be I write stuff that's just fantastical. That seems to be a recurring theme for me.
Okay. So what got you into writing?
Reading, in all honesty. My first grade teacher was very encouraging for me to read, so much so that she actually went to the Birmingham Public Library and got books of a higher level for me to read. And I think that's what got me into reading, and then eventually that got me into writing.
Okay, so all of that reading, can you tell us some of your favorite artists?
J.K. Rowling, of course,
Okay.
Harry Potter. There's one I've really been enjoying reading, Jonathan L. Howard. He writes these books centered around this man that's doing all the wrong things for the completely right reason. Mm-hmm. I like those kind of books.
Okay, so that's typically your favorite kind of genre?
Typically, yes. I don't think I'd have a favorite genre. I really like mysteries. Those are always fun.
Okay. How about thrillers as well? It's like a sub-side of mystery.
Yeah, thrillers are fun. Dean Koontz and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So your piece that we have accepted for the latest issue of Aura is The Things Lost.
Right.
So tell us about that. Tell us the process of how you wrote it, or just tell us in general how did you get to writing it?
Well, this is actually something I wrote after I wrote an entire book based on Alvar, and I wanted to kind of have something to introduce people to it, and I'm trying to write a book of short stories based around things like The Things Lost. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to have just, like I said, it's just an introduction.
Okay.
A good place to start with a hopeful series eventually.
Mm-hmm. So tell us some of the nice things that you like about it. I guess my favorite part about it is when how do you say it, Hodach?
I say it Hodak, but you're free to say it however you are. It's
Okay.
a Swedish word. I'm not exactly proficient in Swedish.
Okay, so Hodak. So the Hodak researcher, Hodak Slayer? If I remember right, the
Hodak Master, I think.
Oh, a Hodak Master.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hodak Master. He was trying to describe the Hodak, and first popped in my mind when I read it was that it was like a fantasy type of setting, a fantasy series, and that's one of my biggest favorite genres. And it got to me when I was reading it and trying to figure out trying to imagine the Hodak. It was really mind-boggling because there are so many different things that it could be, but it isn't. So it's like a very ambiguous creature and figure, and I thought that was a really nice touch that you did.
Thank you. The original idea of it was kind of benevolent Lovecraftian horrors. They're not always evil, but they're not always good. They're just kind of there.
Right, so kind of like a neutral it's a character.
Exactly. They're going to do what they want to do. It just depends on if you're in their way or not.
Okay. So tell me about your earlier works of writing.
Earlier works, they were horrible. For instance, like the book I was mentioning earlier, not saying it's horrible now, but when I first started writing it, it was about 25 pages long. It is now about 175.
Okay.
The first drafts are always the worst for me.
Right. But
It seems that I'm getting better as time goes by.
Yes. That's just the way it is when you're writing. As you write, it gets better, and you start to put in a lot of things that, make sense, and becomes such an amazing thing.
Exactly.
Has any of your writing been published in other publications, or?
Not yet, hopefully. Though this is the first one I've actually sent to any kind of publisher.
Okay.
I wanted to write this one and see how it was, but now that my confidence is kind of up in the air right now, I'm thinking about trying to finish up the book of short stories involving Alvar, and then moving on to finishing the main book.
Okay, definitely. So I'm guessing your future plans is to have your own best-selling book?
Maybe. I'm not so interested in becoming the next great American writer or anything.
Okay.
I'd much rather just write something entertaining that people will enjoy. If one person would email me or just come up to me in the street and just say, "You're Patrick O'Neal, I love your work," I think that'd make me happy enough.
Okay.
Just as long as I'm entertaining somebody. This isn't for, I guess it's just for me to have fun with, really. And for me to let other people have fun.
Right, that's very true. So, any advice for any up-and-coming writers that want to get themselves published, or?
I would say keep trying. That's the number one thing. Because I am, right after I sent this into you and you accepted it, I sent a few other short ideas I had, and they've all been rejected, but everybody's going to get rejected a few times.
Right.
How many times did J.K. Rowling get rejected before Harry Potter finally got accepted?
One too many times.
Yeah.